Right now with a big story here in the Commonwealth, days after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade's federal protection of abortion rights, the ACLU and Planned Parenthood filed a lawsuit to keep the procedure legal in Kentucky. They asked a Jefferson County judge to sign off on a temporary restraining order to put two Kentucky abortion laws on hold. In a hearing yesterday, they argued that the state's constitution's rights to privacy protects a woman's right to choose. The defense disagreed, saying the state constitution does not protect abortion, and the assistant state attorney general argued the case should be thrown out, in part because no pregnant women joined the suit. The judge sided with Planned Parenthood and the ACLU, issuing a temporary restraining order that will allow abortions in Kentucky until both sides return to court next week. Well, Kentucky's Attorney General Daniel Cameron has already asked the Kentucky Court of Appeals to halt that restraining order. In-depth reporter Christiana Ford breaks down what's happening and Cameron's response.
The past several days have been incredibly confusing. Things have been moving very quickly.
There have been a lot of unanswered questions and movement when it comes to abortion in Kentucky. But on Thursday, almost a week after the Supreme Court overturned landmark abortion decision Roe v. Wade, triggering abortion bans in Kentucky, abortions are again allowed in the state for now.
Today's temporary restraining order is a victory, even if temporary.
Although not a victory for everyone. RNC National spokesperson Paris Denard says anti-abortion advocates will continue to fight at the state level.
Each state is determining what is best based upon the people who have been elected to serve. And so we believe at the RNC that the people of Kentucky, through their vote, are going to and have elected people who represent their values, and they're going to make the best decision for the people of Kentucky.
On Thursday, a judge in Jefferson Circuit Court granted the two abortion clinics in the state's request for a temporary restraining order, which effectively blocks Kentucky's two abortion laws and prevents the state from taking any action against them. But because it's temporary, the ruling only protects the right to an abortion for a week, until attorneys for the state and attorneys for the EMW Women's Surgical Center and Planned Parenthood argue again over whether to grant the abortion providers a temporary injunction, meaning the right to perform abortion services, while arguments continue in court.
This is really a sort of a bridge that has put care back in place for now. We'll go to court on Wednesday to argue for a longer term block.
We tried to ask Attorney General Daniel Cameron about this at a Black business event in Lexington.
Can we just ask one question?
Instead, we received this statement saying he would be seeking relief from the order.
This order is not something that the Attorney General can appeal. So I don't know what he means in terms of seeking relief. You'd have to ask him directly.
Both sides are due back in court on Wednesday, but in the meantime, at least one of the clinics is offering abortion services immediately.
I can speak for our client, EMW. They do plan to resume services in the morning.
Christiana Ford, LEX 18 News.